fled their homeland at the threat of the communist Chinese in 1959, their leader, the Dalai Lama, has been traveling the globe with a trite greeting card philosophy and a warm smile, desperately trying to enlist help in his quest to free Tibet and return to power.
I believe, you see, every human being have the potential to develop compassion.
This idea that he's a humble spiritual man with just a robe and a bowl and a prayer bead isn't really what the Dalai Lama is all about. I'm Michael Parenti, a political writer, author, and noted after-dinner raconteur. He headed a social system that was exploitative, terribly unequal, and terribly brutal.
Tibet was Shangri-La. That is, if you were the Dalai Lama. No wonder he wants it back. He had a palace and a pile of servants. The rest of the Tibetans lived in huts and ate roast barley meal and yak butter tea.
You had a privileged priest class living in utter luxury and opulence, and you had a mass of serfs living in utter misery.
And if you broke the law, then torture and mutilation, including eye gouging, the pulling out of tongues, and even disemboweling were reportedly common punishments. The Dalai Lama sounds more like Mo Howard than a saint. Wise guy.
Yeah, those are eyeballs. Since Mr. Lama's been run out of Tibet, the Chinese have introduced secular education, running water, and electricity. So maybe life is a bit better on the ground there. Of course, the Chinese have also thrown thousands into labor camps and prisons, stopped as much free speech as possible. Then there's that whole fucked up communism thing. But if you ask Tenzin Gyatso, DBA Lama, what is it with these holy people and their aliases? His holiness will tell you that he must return to power for the good of his people. In this case, good may translate into his people living in squalor and his government condoning slavery. Remember, the lesser of two evils is still evil. And the enemy of my enemy is not my friend.
As this State Department internal memo reveals, the Dalai Lama at one time took $180,000 a year from the CIA for his living expenses, and $1.5 million a year from the spy agency to finance Tibetan guerrilla operations against the Chinese, which included running a covert guerrilla training center in Colorado. Maybe they were non-violent covert guerrillas.
Violence and telling lies, cheating, these I believe basically against human